Hey, Caitlin.
Hi.
Happy fall.
Happy fall indeed. I tell you my favorite fall story so far?
Okay.
We accidentally grew pumpkins. Have we talked about this?
You accidentally grew pumpkins. Did
We
you just throw
accidentally
some pumpkin seeds out or something?
Well, no, we threw like our dead jack-o'-lantern or whatever from
Oh, for
last
the
year
animals to chew on?
into our compost because
Oh,
it's,
okay.
from the
Sure.
earth we're returning it to the earth. And now we have like 8 decent sized pumpkins just like accidentally growing in the compost. And my husband was like, I cannot tell you, I've like put the vine back trying to like discourage it from growing, and it just keeps there's like a vine growing up one of our trees. And, like, every so often Dorothy will go
Okay.
out and be like, it's pumpkins. I'm like, it is pumpkins. So
I love that. We just have accidental deadly nightshade that the previous owners had planted. So, and we can't get rid of it. Like we tried last year, like pulling everything up by the roots at the end of the year. It came back like 10 times stronger. Like
have you seen the people with like blowtorches, like weed mitigation with the blowtorch?
no.
It's quite satisfying to watch, if we're being
I don't
honest.
have like that pyro tendency, but I bet I know somebody who does.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna just try to pull it, and then we're gonna like try to reset the garden. We're gonna like move it all up, put all the dead stuff in there, and then next spring put a layer of cardboard over it and try to.
Well, so you can cardboard tonight in the winter.
Oh, okay.
Cardboard and compost and mulch, and that will like just tamp it down.
All right, so welcome to Gardening with Caitlin and Rich. Oh, no, that's not right. It's Cocktails, Tangents, and Answers. So welcome, everybody. Before we get into this one, I realized I have teased prizes and what the prize might be several times. So sorry, Zach, calling it audible here. Sports joke, metaphor, not joke, metaphor.
We do sports.
We do. So we do. We are in the process. I've actually seen the final draft, and we are getting printer proofs coming to my house on Friday, which I will bring up to our annual meeting on Monday for you guys, of the new book, Mixing It Up, Fan Favorite Cocktails and Tangents. And I don't even know if Zach knows this, but the official author of it, because we can only have one author and then you can have a co-author. And we did have 2 writers work on it, but Zach, you are the official author of it. And Isaac is the co-author. Oh my gosh,
he's a published author.
So I think Caitlin and I are on it as like inspiration or contributors, I think is what we get listed on. But yeah, so it's an 8.25 by 8.25. It's a little square cocktail book with the favorite cocktail recipes from our podcast. And even if you're sober, totally cool. I have friends who are. There's 2 pages in the back that are make it a mocktail, and it's all of the substitutions. Like, oh my God, Caitlin, I was so surprised. Like substitutions for creme de violette. Like you can use just like 2 teaspoons of rum extract in for like dark rum flavor. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting this. So you don't always have to buy the 0 proof alcohol. I was impressed. I think Charla worked that up. And I was super impressed. So yeah, so that's going to be what our prize is. If you call into the show and leave a damn voicemail, so just in case you need it, 402-718-9971 is the number. And Caitlin will give you that at the end of the episode like she does every episode, but nobody calls. If you call in, leave us your address at the end of the call. We won't air your address, I promise you. No doxing here. We'll cut that off, but we will air your question and we will send you a cocktail book sometime in the next few weeks when we have them. So those are going to be client gifts. They're going to be caller gifts. And we're also going to put it on Amazon and see if anybody wants to buy the thing.
Really?
Yeah, we make like $8 a copy. It's not exciting, but just seems kind of fun. So we'll have to talk about your author page, Zach. We'll have to get that set up.
Oh my gosh.
I know, isn't that funny? Oh,
that's precious.
I'm so glad I got that off my chest because I've been feeling like, oh my God, every time we get done recording and I'm like, oh no, I kept teasing it and I haven't actually said what it is. But you will get a book.
There was also the moment where I was like, is this... Do I know what the surprise is? I don't think I know what the surprise is.
You didn't know that that's what I was planning on, but
yeah, right.
Our cost is pretty low on them. It's a paperback. I mean, there will be some hardbound that'll go out to certain people, but for the most part, everybody will get paperbacks. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Full color. It is, I believe, 53 pages, 52 pages, something like that. So it's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now I've taken up half of our intro explaining prizes and gardening tips. We gave gardening tips and talked about your pumpkins. But that's not what this episode is about. We are talking about HubSpot integrations. So the little app store.
The little tienda. I called it
I always call it the tienda too.
I know.
Because stores just so stupid. You might have.
It is. It's also like, I don't know. It's just like a cute little storefront. It's like one you'd see.
Storefront. But
boo.
Tienda. And I think it was like, I guess we could have called it a bodega maybe.
Yeah.
But little tienda. It's in the upper right of your HubSpot portal. And you can also get there now. It's in the menu too now, Caitlin. They put it in the menu over on the left.
They did. Really?
You can get to your integrations, and then from there you can get to the App Store. So we're going to talk about some of the top 21 integrations. A lot of them could be combined.
Top 21?
Yeah, it's because the one we love to hate and are like, why do you have this? Calendly is number 21. So Zach had to go all the way to 21 instead of 20 so that we could kind of talk about why do you have that when meetings is built in.
I mean, I get it, but
I do too. I mean, people are using it, but it's like, why pay for something when it's integrated in what you're already paying for? I guess if you're paying for sales or service. Anyway, that one and MailChimp are the two that I'm like, why are you paying for MailChimp and using HubSpot marketing? Like, just what? Why?
Yeah.
No, I get it.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We will get to it. Okay, so we are doing Freaky Deaky Tiki hybrid here.
Yes.
The White Negroni Piña Colada. No, that's not two cocktails. It's one cocktail. Just one.
I don't know, Zach. It seems like a weird one. I don't even think I like a Negroni.
I like a white Negroni. Like, I'm surprised I like a white Negroni. A regular Negroni I'm okay with, but like, I really like, we actually got the I forget what they're called now. We've talked about them before, the fancy little jeweled bottles, but the premix cocktails that come from New York.
Oh, yeah.
They had a white Negroni in there and it was really good. I actually liked it better than the French 75 and I was shocked. Yeah.
Okay.
The French 75 was okay. So these come to us from some dudes called the Parm Boyz. So I don't know if they do a lot with Parmesan. My guess is they're from Parma, Italy, maybe.
Twice monthly Italian-American pop-up. And if it means that they're putting like a lot of cheese on noodles and also serving craft cocktails, like,
I mean, I'm guessing
that's
it's in
what
New
I
York.
want it.
Everything's
probably.
in New York.
Yeah. Aperitiki.
Yeah, so they call it an aperitiki.
And I love this.
Aperitif and a tiki.
Yeah.
Aperitiki. So basically they were bringing in some tropical drinks, but doing them in an Italian style. So this whole paragraph is a bunch of like promotional
what is
speak.
a red sauce concept?
I think the red sauce concept is their pop-ups. Oh, they're in Culver City, California? Oh, okay. I could maybe go there and get that. Yeah, so they have some of the best parms in town, like their chicken parm, and they probably do a veal parm and other parms.
Oh my God. No, I want it.
So yeah.
Okay, yep.
So these drinks are a little bit lower alcohol by volume, and that helps them pair better with food, so the drink doesn't overpower the food.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
Like
wine.
That makes sense.
You got to have a balance with your food pairing. So I'm all for cocktail pairing and adjusting cocktails so that they work well with food. So my guess, I don't know what this one would necessarily pair with. We'll have to do some more research. I feel like carbonara would be good with this one, maybe.
Ooh. I've never been mad about carbonara though.
No,
That's for
well,
sure.
we got some, and it was they just used like deli ham, and we were like, no, no.
I
And
mean,
that was
that
from a
might
local
be
place here that's like really good Italian otherwise, but their carbonara, I don't know if they ran out of like regular like
cheddar.
pancetta or whatever. Anyway, so what's
Well,
in this, Caitlin?
this is 1 ounce of mezcal, preferably Malien, half an ounce of Suze, which is a complex aromatic aperitif with notes of bittersweet herbs and accents of vanilla, candied orange, and spice with a delicately bitter finish.
So no vanilla beans, just that
No.
Suze.
I prefer to call it Suze, and my husband gets mad at me. He's like, it's just Suze. Anyway, half ounce of Mahina coconut rum liqueur, half ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of pineapple juice, and 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, which is, 1-to-1 sugar and water. You can garnish with Angostura bitters and a pineapple frond.
Because pineapple fronds are just laying around. I guess if you're juicing the pineapple yourself.
If you're juicing the pineapple, or you can freeze them.
I know.
So if you have a pineapple, you can just freeze the little frond.
You can also twist the top off the pineapple.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You could make it into a little cup. Then make the little twister.
You could twist the top off the pineapple and plant it. Like you let it dry out a little bit, and then you don't even have to put it in water or anything. You just bury it about halfway in dirt, and it will grow a new pineapple tree. It won't fruit unless you have to get like the pollination spray or whatever to get a fruit out of it, and then it's a tiny pineapple. But if you did that, you would have all the pineapple fronds you need, because that's
you would just grow. Yeah. If it was a tiny pineapple, you could call it a piñita.
Piñita.
Like a pit. Anyway, you're going to combine all of those ingredients in a cocktail shaker, fill it with ice, shake until chilled, fine strain into a rocks glass over ice, top with several dashes of your Angostura, and garnish with your frond. And then you can share it with a frond.
And I think that step number 5 is from the last episode, right? That's not real.
I think so, yeah.
Zach, because I remember this one from the previous episode. I think there's no twist on this. No. All right, we'll ignore that. You could
put a twist on it if you wanted to, like, mix up the flavor. I don't know. Anyway, you just glazed right over sharing this drink with a frond.
Oh.
Thank you. Humor me.
Do we
have a?
We should have a laughing sound effect. Maybe Zach can find one in
there. A little laugh.
Give
track.
You some canned laughter. A little laugh track. Yes, share it with a frond.
We could be best fronds.
I rolled hard. Maybe one day we'll make these videos live. People can watch me eye roll at you. All right, I think that. I
don't know. I feel like we have so many more gardening tips to offer. We started with cardboard compost and mulch and ended up with tiny pineapple
how
plants.
To plant a pineapple. All right, but looking at the time, I think we probably need to get on to HubSpot integrations. So dance break. Let's come back. We're back.
We are.
Okay, so Caitlin, if I go to the little tienda, what the hell is a HubSpot integration?
Well, a HubSpot integration is basically helping two disparate systems talk to each other in a language that they both understand, right? Mm-hmm. So you can connect HubSpot with other software solutions, and they can share data and functionality back and forth. And if you could see me, I'm doing like a really witchy kind of hand motion as the magic that happens behind.
Well, you're not triggering any confetti or balloons or anything with that hand thing.
Yeah.
It does remind me, we're watching Agatha All Along, and it reminds me of the witchiness in there.
Yeah.
But Joe Locke with an American accent is really wild.
I don't know who that is.
He's the dark-haired one in Heartstopper.
I don't know what that is either.
You haven't watched Heartstopper on Netflix? Oh my God, Caitlin, it's so cute. You need to watch it. It's adorable. Okay.
I'll do my best, when I'm not going to bed with a 4-year-old.
I know.
I don't have any adult TV time anymore because My bedtime is the same as my toddler's.
All right. So Zach will post in the notes the top 21 most installed integrations according to HubSpot. Number 16 is MailChimp, which we were like, why? People, why?
It doesn't make any sense.
And number 21 is Calendly, which also why?
Yeah.
Why? But in there's a whole bunch of them. So you've got things like Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet all integrate with it in different ways. Zoom and Teams will push recordings into the calls area if you have the integration set up. Google Meet doesn't push recordings in. They all work with the meeting scheduler. Pretty handy.
Yes.
Indeed.
I think, I'm surprised to see like a MailChimp and a Calendly on there. I'm surprised and I'm not, I guess. Because when you think about larger organizations with maybe siloed teams or, legacy software things, like it kind of makes sense. But I just really advocate hard for people to jettison any unnecessary subscriptions. And if you are doing only like one-to-one meetings or you have a Sales Pro HubSpot subscription, you can do so many meeting types with HubSpot, and it just like makes Calendly obsolete. Yeah.
It's a little crazy.
Hi puppies. It's okay, babies.
Yeah, I've got a dog who's wanting to growl at somebody. I had my finger on the mute just in case. I think the other thing with MailChimp, so most installed, which is different than most popular. Most installed, the MailChimp one, because I know a lot of people who install it and have their contacts
export their stuff.
They
and
bring
then
all
get
their contacts in and then they delete it again. So I would be curious.
What's happening, because I don't think I've ever talked to somebody who was like, you know what software I love? MailChimp. Right? Literally no one has ever told me that. And
isn't that owned by Intuit now? The QuickBooks people? Which is wild to me.
It's bad. It's so bad.
So yeah, there's the HubSpot for WordPress is number 3. That makes sense. Gmail and Google Calendar, number 1 and 2. I don't think those should even count. I get what you have to do them because that's how meetings work and that's how email tracking works and whatnot.
Yeah.
Same with Outlook Calendar and Outlook. Zapier is the one that's wild to me, but number 5, and I get it because if there isn't a native integration, going through a Zapier is going to make sense, or a Pabbly or one of those. Pabbly is just not as common. It's cheaper.
Can you tell me Zapier or Zapier?
Zapier. Because the things you build are zaps.
But then that should have 2 P's in it. If it was following
It's not like more
English.
zaps. Like, I know it's awkward, but Zapier is what I have been told by their people. So
okay, well, I would like to lodge a complaint with the grammar czars that be.
Okay. All right, fine.
I'm sure it will be responded to in a timely manner.
Yeah, I'm sure all of my fans who do like medieval role play and stuff want it to be Zapier, like rapier, like isn't that a sword? Like and then there's a bunch of social stuff on here too. That makes sense. Google Search Console is one that helps you look at your landing pages and things, and then Slack is number 11, which is a really good one too. So yeah, I think the MailChimp and Calendly surprised me a little bit. I was surprised Zapier is as high as it is, which is wild. I'll be curious to see if HubSpot for WordPress falls. It's currently number 3, but as their CMS and Content Hub grows, will people just...
And WordPress continues to be a real...
Yeah, I talked about, I think that was last week, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
It just got wilder. Did you see what I posted in our chat?
I did, but I didn't really understand.
They took over Advanced Custom Fields. They basically hobbled Advanced Custom Fields and made their own secure custom fields plugin now.
Yikes.
Just to get back at WP Engine. But anyway. All right. So Caitlin, what are your favorites? I don't think... Yeah, your favorites might be on this list.
Well, my favorites and probably most used, so different obviously than most installed, is all of the Googles. So Gmail, Calendar, and then I'll kind of like lump all of the video conferencing software, Meet, Teams, Zoom all together, because those tools, just in terms of efficiency for meeting scheduling and
Hmm.
communication tracking, which is most of my job, right? Outside of hosting this delightful podcast. Uh is like communicating with people and trying to be as efficient as possible.
Yep.
And so knowing that my communications are logged and tracked inside of HubSpot. So if I was hit by a bus, somebody else could pretty seamlessly come in and pick up where I have left off. And
It's
then
it's more if you go on vacation and one of your clients has a
right, but
question, we don't want to
it's
call you,
just
but
like,
we
yeah.
can look and we can just pull up their contact record and see all the history, right? Hit by a bus. Good
Exactly. Well,
Lord.
it's like the hit by a bus plan. Also, there's not a lot of public transit where I live, so the odds of me getting hit by a bus are pretty
Mm,
small.
True.
Uh,
True. Um, so my favorites, I like all the ads integrations, Google Ads, LinkedIn ads, and Facebook ads. I wish that they would do
hmm
more of that. And even if you're not going to actually manage the ads from inside of HubSpot, which you can do,
Yep.
the two key things that you can pull in are your attribution, and all of your analytics can come right into HubSpot and pair with all of your other data, landing pages, forms, buttons, all that.
hmm
The other big one for me, and there's a few others that it'll do this too, is you can actually push audiences out to those platforms. So you
Okay.
could, for instance, if you were an e-commerce place and you were running all these Facebook ads for your products, if somebody purchases a product, you could push it out and sunset
hmm
targeting them as a negative audience for 2 weeks or something like that. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So those shoe ads don't have to chase you around after you bought the damn shoes.
Honestly, how did you know that I had like opened a tab of looking at boots?
I
Did you?
well, you're using a work computer and I have this giant monitor with everybody's screens on it up on my wall. No,
Does
I'm
it?
kidding.
I just like I
That would be
can.
freaky.
That would be weird. I don't think I could work for somebody that would do that.
Mm-mm. No, I've worked at
That's
places.
harkening back to like a very early episode, right? Where
Hmm. Oh
like
yeah, our
workplace
culture stuff. We
culture.
should revisit
Yeah,
culture again.
we should.
Um,
Now that we've figured out our sound quality.
yeah, you also we've been using Stack Adapt, which is a DSP um that does all kinds of stuff, programmatic things, but you
DSP.
demand side
What's it?
platform.
Thank you.
It's basically it's a platform where you can create and run ads.
hmm
Basis, Stack Adapt, Simplify are some of them. But Stack Adapt has a HubSpot integration. It is only one way right now, but I got from them they are working on a two-way and pushing analytics and data, which I said
Ooh,
would solidify our relationship with them. Um,
absolutely.
but they're boosting their ABM, so account-based marketing, where you know who you want to go
That
after.
one I
You've got
knew.
the domain name. HubSpot has a tool for that, so you can actually create a list of anyone who is a target account in your account-based marketing, push that list over to Stack Adapt, and then layer it with other intent audience
Oh,
things as
dang.
well. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So ads integrations are my number one by far because it makes
Yeah.
it easier, right? I don't have to go do all that stuff.
hmm
The other one I
hmm
like, and we don't use it right now, but we will next year because I'm done with our accounting system and switching us back to QuickBooks. The QuickBooks integration,
Yeah.
because it's now two-way.
Well, and it'll
So
help you track profitability, right? I mean, that's
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
whole like or like ROI basically, right? Like how
We'll
did
be
this
able,
person come in and
yep.
then here's how
And we
much
can
money they
also track
spent and
lifetime value now. Like we'd be able to
yeah.
push retainer clients and things back into HubSpot and track lifetime value and all of that. We'd
Yeah.
also be able to see influenced and stuff. So it's really good to have your revenue and your marketing data in one place if you can.
hmm
And that's an easy way to do it. There are other accounting integrations, but the QuickBooks one is, to my knowledge, the only one that's two-way. So again, you send an invoice in HubSpot, it pushes over to
hmm
QuickBooks. You send an invoice from QuickBooks, but they pay through HubSpot. It pushes the payment back to that invoice.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Do you have to have what subscription levels do you have to make that happen? Is
In
it
HubSpot
do you know what I
or
mean? Yeah.
I don't know if it works with. I haven't looked. I don't know. It might work with Starter. Definitely works with Pro. I know that.
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
why it wouldn't work with Starter because Commerce Hub is sort of its own thing, and that
hmm
functionality doesn't really get hobbled very much when you go down to Starter from Pro.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Hmm.
Which is nice.
Mhm.
Because they want your platform fees, I'm sure. But,
Well, yeah.
get that money.
Everybody's charging platform fees. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, ugh. To subscribe to music now. Gotta subscribe to everything. All right.
My other one that's not listed
Okay.
is Canva. And I know
We
that
have a love-hate relationship with
love-hate
Canva.
relationship with Canva, but I think if you set Canva up right and you utilize it for like quick hit things, like we
Mm-hmm.
use it for some of our social things and video stuff. It's also got a much more affordable price point for smaller teams. But you can save right to your HubSpot files with the Canva integration. So if you're doing like blog header images or you want to put something in a newsletter, you don't have to like download, save to your computer, re-upload into HubSpot. It'll just pop it right into your HubSpot files,
Mm-hmm.
and you can edit the like metadata and all of that good stuff really, really easily. And so I like the Canva integration just for that.
Yeah, I can see that. And I think that it is good if you're a solopreneur. You have to have a certain amount of revenue to want to hire even a freelancer or an agency. So I think it does fill that gap. It also it's just, if you use it right, it's just going to be faster for you than trying to fumble through things on your own. So I do get it. I think there's a place for it. It's just, it can be abused so badly. Like the Visalia logo contest is one that I think about it. Being able within 5 minutes to find the Canva logos that some of those submissions were based on. Even some that got into the finals, and it's like, no, this was like they barely edited a stock logo that was like clip art in Canva. So like anything, it can be abused.
Yes.
Please don't abuse it. But it does sync up nicely, and then you can push that stuff right out to your socials and things, like if you have Pro and whatnot.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It's
really
not
cool.
a bad way to be, guys. It's not a bad way to be.
So I think one of the last things that we want to talk about, if you're starting with HubSpot, like what do you need to look at for integrations that you recommend? So I think the Google or Outlook, definitely. The ads, definitely. The other one that I have people look at, and it's in a weird place, if you go to your import, so you're in contacts and you click import in the upper right, there is a whole set of integrations where you can sync contacts and companies between your Google contacts, your Outlook contacts. MailChimp is in there. Basically everything but Salesforce is in there. So if you've got a business email address and you want those contacts to all be in HubSpot, and if somebody updates it in HubSpot, you want it to come back into your Google contacts so that when you're sending an email from Gmail, it works. Those are huge because you can do it one time, or you can set it to keep them in sync.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which, think about it, for us, if we truly do use those contacts for just work, all the changes can go through and be like everybody has them if a client updates or anything like that. So, or you update it because you got an email from them and their name changed, they got married or whatever. You update it in your Gmail, that'll push over to HubSpot and get updated as well, which is really cool. And I think that is
very cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And it's hidden in there. Some of that exists in the integrations. Like there is a Google Contacts integration in there, but the import area is the easiest way that I've found to find. It's just a whole list of everything you can import in there. The only one that we did isn't really an integration, but the HubSpot sales plugin for Chrome.
For
Gmail or Outlook,
the extension,
the extension, for Outlook 365 or for Gmail, because that's going to really like give you powerful sales tools right inside your mail program.
Yeah,
I wish they had one for Apple Mail, but they don't, so I just have to use Gmail on the web.
Yeah, Apple Mail's kind of tricky, isn't she?
It's a very
She's a
closed
little bit
system.
finicky.
Mhm.
Yes.
So it's supposed to be getting a huge update with this by the end of the month.
Okay.
There's a small update coming to the Mac OS and to iOS, and it's supposed to have major mail enhancements, basically to make it work kind of like Gmail does, where it puts like your social in one area and your purchases in one area and those kinds of things.
Oh, I can't. I'm too old to learn a new trick. I'll be using Gmail until I die.
Oh, okay, great. Enjoy. Well, with that, I think that
I can't do it. It's too many things.
Okay. So no more new tricks for Caitlin.
No.
All right. So hopefully,
the end.
You got some good gardening tips out of this episode. And an interesting aperitiki cocktail, as well as like those top 21 plugins. They're really good. Not plugins, I guess, integrations in HubSpot.
We're very tired.
Yeah, I haven't slept well the last few days, but that's a whole, like, I can't go on that tangent right now because we're already like at time.
And also I don't think this is the place, honey. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not.
We can take that offline.
So you've got some good tips from us too on what our favorites are. So hopefully just go in there and explore though. You can always install them and try them, and you can always uninstall them. Yes. You can't really break anything. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. The biggest thing to be aware of, and I think this maybe isn't an episode in itself, just be careful with Salesforce integrations.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole that's a whole thing.
Don't try and uninstall that one later, because you might that'll get messy.
There's a whole document to read before you try that one. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it.
Thank you for listening. You can find our agency, as always, at Antidote_71. And if you have a question you'd like to send our way, you can head to ctapodcast.live to send us a message. Or, as we mentioned at the top of the episode, you can leave us a voice message on our hotline at 402-718-9971. Your question will make it into a future episode, or your comment. And you will also get a stunning gift from us. We
free
could
cocktail
autograph
books.
them.
I'm just gonna say we could.
That's very full of myself.
I know.
Nobody wants my autograph.
I'm gonna say free cocktail book for every call-in that gets on the air through the end of the year.
Wow. Heard it here first.
That is almost 10 weeks. So yeah, first 10 callers get cocktail books. But you got to leave us a good question that we can use on the air.
Or a tangent.
Yeah, you could give us a tangent. I guess we'll take gardening tips if that needs to come.
Cocktail recipes.
And we'll go there. Also, we are not just on Instagram, and we're still on X, nay Twitter.
Yikes.
But we're on Threads now. So I don't even know if Zach knew we're on Threads. But we are. And still Antidote_71, just like our Instagram, because that's how that works, because they're the same thing.
That is how that works.
Cool. All right. Well, it was lovely to see you, Caitlin. And next week we're going to be doing revisiting our agency red flags, which was a previous episode. And the drink is the Great Pumpkin.
Charlie Brown.
Or it's the Great Pumpkin, Caitlin Dre. All right. So we'll see you then. Enjoy.